Good evening, warriors. Good evening, community. How are you all doing tonight? I hope you all are doing well. If you are watching on my personal Facebook page, I apologize for the last probably 3 weeks. I didn't have connection with our service that we use, and I thought I could figure it out, and I couldn't. And so I had to ask my husband to help me out. So he helped me. I feel like it's really loud or something. I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute. Let me see what's going on here. But anyway, I'm so glad to have you all on here. If this is your first time, please make sure that you put your name in the comment section so that we can welcome you to this community. And I will bring you all up to date. If you're watching on my personal Facebook page, I'm going to bring you up to date on what I've been talking about. But yeah, so y'all put it in there. Make sure you share the stream as well. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, hit that notification button. So anytime I'm on, you're notified. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you like the page, follow the page, and share the stream. Oh, hello. Hey, Simone, how are y'all? I miss you all. And I really miss Monica because I've been used to seeing her. So, yeah. So how y'all doing? I tell Monica I didn't get a chance to see her all, old word, but gussied up. I didn't get to see her all fancy today. So she gonna have to come correct next week so I can, talk about her and talk about how cute she looks. So anyway, but yeah, so glad that everybody is on here. Listen, I'm not going to be on here real long because I just want to, again, kind of get you guys started. I do want to say that this Wednesday, if you're a member of New Birth Church, and even you don't even have to be a member of the church, on this Wednesday at 6:30 is the last women's meeting that we're having for the year. So we're going to be closing out the year. I'll be doing some things and then setting the women up for next year. Okay. So we'll be closing out some things. So that's 6:30 at New Birth Church, 3301 Linda Lane. Just look it up and we'd be happy to have you. You don't have to be a member of the church to be there. Okay, so what have I been talking about for the past 3 weeks? What I've been talking about for the past 3 weeks is, hello, Karen, how are you doing tonight? So happy to have you on here. And what I've been talking about is how you end your year is pretty much 95% how your year is going to go for 2026 or for that next year. So you can't expect to just, like I said, on January 1, you say, oh, I have all these, New Year's resolutions, all these things I want to do, which is the typical, right? I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to eat better. It's usually that kind of thing. I'm going to read a book, you might go out on a whim and say, okay, I'm going to go back to school. Or, we have these grandiose things that we say that we're going to do, but we are just not prepared to do those things because we haven't put any effort into what it's going to take to achieve those things, a plan on how we're going to get it done. We haven't done any of those things. And so then we wonder why statistics show that when people set New Year's resolutions, that they typically have fallen by the wayside by the second week. And you're just done with it. And it's like, okay, I guess, I'll live another year just doing the same thing. We don't want that. I don't want that for myself. And I sure as heck don't want it for you guys. Right? So we can't continue. What do they say insanity is continue doing the same thing over and over, but expecting a different outcome. I don't want that for you guys. I want you hear me say this so often, is that I want you to live the life that God has called for you to live, to all the purposes and the reasons why that he created you, and the things that he wants you to do and achieve, and all of that. I want you to have those things. I don't want you to, as so often, I've seen maybe sometimes on an obituary, and it just basically says that the person just lived and died. It just gave their parents' name and maybe their siblings and maybe just where they worked. But I want you to have something in between there, right? And I'm not saying that you have to have $1 million or, be on whatever and have 1 million subscribers. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm saying what God has called you to be. God may have called you to be, a stay-at-home mother, maybe a stay-at-home wife. I don't know. Okay. Not everybody is called to be an Oprah. Okay. And so whatever that thing is, even if it is, and I would never say just a stay-at-home mom, because I saw I know I'm getting off just a little bit, but I did see something where this man, he calculated all the things that a stay-at-home mom wife does, from cooking to cleaning to driving the kids to where they need to go, to scheduling, keeping the appointments, all those things. And he came up with, she should be paid, I think it was something like $217,000 a year. Right. So when people think, oh, she's just a stay-at-home mom, she doesn't do anything. No, your pay, your worth is about $217,000. Okay. So don't forget that. But whatever it is that God has created you to do, I want you to achieve that. And one of the ways that you can get on that track is by ending your year the right way and looking back on your year, the previous year, and what you did. And so one of the things that we talked about was, say, for instance, I'll give you an example. Say you say, oh, I want to pray more. Okay. I want to pray more. So you have to write down, okay, how often, when you say, oh, I want to pray more, or I want to read my Bible more, you have to be specific. You got to say, okay, I want to read the Bible 3 times a week, or I want to read so many. Don't even say a chapter, because, some chapters are like, it's a lot of verses in there. It might be 54 verses or something. Or if you're reading Psalm 118, not 118, what is that Psalm that has like all, I think it's Psalm 119, that has like, I don't know, something 150 verses or something in it, so you might say, oh, I'm going to read so many, 4 verses. Don't even say like, oh, so many. What's so many? Right? I want to read four verses out of the Bible, 3 times a week or 4 times a week or whatever it might be, or Monday through Friday. But you got to start doing it now. You got to start writing down things now of what you're wanting to do. But the first thing you got to do is you got to look at this past year, and you have to say, what did I do this year? And go back, and I guarantee everybody has some sort of goal that you wanted to achieve for 2025. There was something that you wanted to do. Even if it was, I want to walk more, I want to exercise. That's always something that's pretty much on probably everybody's list. I want to exercise. Okay. So you need to go back and look at your goals that you had for this year. And look, did you achieve those goals? And if you did, what did you do that helped you to achieve that goal? And if you did not achieve those goals, why did you not? What happened? What was going on this past year that kept you from achieving your goals? whether that was sickness or whether you just flat out didn't do it. Why? You got to look at those things, guys, okay? Or else I'm just telling you, 2026 is going to be the same as 2025. And we all are like, when it's our birthday, oh, we thank God, for another, time around the sun, right? But what are you doing with it? You're not doing anything with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get you mad at me, but what are you doing? Yeah, we're living. Yeah, we're paying our bills. We're going to work, loving our family, whatever. But are you really doing what God has purposed you to do, or are you just existing, right? Because a job can go, a family, woo, Lord, don't I know? Things can happen with a family and you just like, what the heck, right? But what are you doing? So you got to look back at last year. And I want to know, have any of you guys look back at last year? Look back at last year to see, not last year, but this year. What did you do? What were your goals? Why did you not? And if you haven't done that, I need you to start writing those things down. And this is before really that you can start looking to setting new goals. Because maybe you just need to do the goal that you had for this year instead of trying to come up with all this new stuff that you want to do. Can you just do what you wanted to do for 2025 before you try to set all these grandiose ideas and goals for 2026? Okay. So your homework, guys, because y'all know I always got to give you homework. Your homework, because y'all have had homework. This year just wasn't my year. You know what, Angela? I agree with you. Not in that it wasn't your year. I'm saying I agree with you in regards to myself, because I was telling somebody that this has been there's a lot of things, whether it's personally or just things that, that just happened where it just felt like that, man, like I'm really struggling here. So I'm just saying, I feel you. Yeah. And I guarantee you, Angie, there was probably a lot of other people that feel the same way or have felt the same way, that I feel like there was so many things that I set out that I wanted to do for this year that I just didn't do. And I could blame it on some things, but ultimately, it was me. Even struggling. Yes, please start writing it down tonight. I'm telling you, even, I always talk about running, how much I love running. And I even struggled with that this year, where there's probably been at least 3 races that I paid my money up front to do, because you got to pay for these races. You don't just get out there and run for free, and it costs. And there was at least 3 of them that I paid for and didn't even do. And I'm just being transparent here. So when I say I feel you, Angie, I do. This year has been really hard, but this has brought me closer to God and my family. Thank you, Lord. Beautiful. Yeah, this has been a tough year for a lot of people. And I appreciate your transparency, Paula, and, and how it has brought you closer to God and to your family, because at the end of the day, those are the things that you got, right? It's God and your family. So I appreciate you sharing that. But listen, ladies, I want you to write down what happened this year. First of all, go back. If you can find your goals, if you wrote those down. And if you didn't write them down, some of the things that you wanted to do, right? In your head. Why did you not? And write down that thing. I wanted to do this in 2025. Why did I not do it? Or if I did achieve that, what did I do? that helped me to achieve that goal. And like I said, and then we have to start there before we get out the gate saying, I'm going to do all these things for 2026 and we're not going to do any of them. And then we're going to be back in the same spot. 2026, I'll be sitting here. Prayerfully, I'll have 1,000 women on here. That's my prayer. That's my goal, is 1,000 women on I Am Ruth. That's my goal. Yeah, I'm throwing it out there, but I got to do what I need to do to get that, right? Because if nobody knows I exist, nobody's going to come on here, right? Even though I know we got good content, even though I know this is a good community, and I know women will be blessed by it, but if they don't know I'm here, so I got to get out there and do what I need to do so that they'll know that I'm here, right? So, and it's good. And it ain't, I ain't on here cussing and fussing and, I ain't on here fighting nobody and pulling hair and all that kind of crap that you see on TV. This is good content. Okay. So y'all share it too. But anyway, so your homework this week, guys, go back and look at 2025. Look at what happened this year and what was going on. And what prevented you from achieving your goals, or what you did to achieve that goal. Okay. Once you do that, then next week we'll start looking forward. Okay. So I said in the description, you got to look at the good, the bad, and the best. So look at the good things in your life. Look at the not so good things in your life, the stinky bad things. But then also look at the really, really good things, the blessed things in your life. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. And is it going to take you some time to do it? Sure it is. Don't rush. Take your time. Give yourself, maybe 10 or 15 minutes to work on each one. And then if you feel like, I'm done, if you've got, just still stay there and just think, and I guarantee you some more things will come. Okay. So that's your homework this week. Next year, everything is going to be new to me. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be new. Yeah. It's a whole new thing. And it's what you decide, because you get to decide how that looks, right? Nobody else gets to decide how that looks. Only you and God get to decide how that looks. Okay. And if you seek God, then he'll show you the right way. He will. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. You realize you work too much, Goldie. Yeah, I think we probably all do, right? Yeah. Okay. But then how can you fix that, right? So is that preventing you from doing the things that you want to do, Goldie? Because you work too much. Is it? And then you have to also look at like if you're working too much, like, and if you feel like that because you need money, to pay bills and all that, which I certainly get, but are you using that money to pay down stuff, or are you creating more debt that's making you work more? So you have to think about that. Like any extra monies that you have because you're working a lot, what are you doing with that? Are you saving any of it, putting it away, paying down debt, or are you creating more debt? Okay. So it's something to think about. I'm going to fix my relationships and be more open to people. Okay. Beautiful. I love it. I love it, guys. But don't forget to look at this year. Right? I know we getting into next year, but we're going to get there next week. Right now, I want you to focus on this year, 2025. Okay. We only got about 2 more weeks in this year, something like that. Maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. And then we're done with 2025. And in some ways, I'll be like, I don't know if anybody else is with me, but I'm like, I'll be glad when 2025 is over with. Oh my God, this has been a hard year. Oh, I'll be so glad when 2025 is over with. I don't know if anybody else is there, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'll be glad when this year's over with. I promise you. Okay, guys. So that's your homework. That's your homework that I want you to do. Okay. And then next week, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Also, I want to I'm ready to get off of here. I do want to remind you, Forever Fly with Mike and Ruth is coming on at 7. It's a new episode with me and Pastor Mike. We had a date night and went out and went to a concert. One of the young adults at the church went to his, he's in the orchestra. Yeah. And saw that, which was great. And we got to go to dinner and all that good stuff. And so it's just a kind of a little nice one. So that'll be tonight. So make sure you go watch that. If you have not subscribed to it, make sure you subscribe to it as well. Okay. And I think that's it. See, guys, like, here's another thing. I'm gonna say this real quick. Is one of my desires for this year was to do more posting on YouTube than just on Sundays. And it just got away. And so that's going to be back on my agenda for 2026. I'm going to be posting on YouTube probably at minimum 3 times a week. At a minimum. It might be more than that. 3 times a week. Even if I'm just on there and post something that's a couple minutes and something that I thought about. Okay. I know about 2025. I know. Did I miss the info about Bible study? Bible study. We're not having the online Bible study on Monday because I am doing the women's, we're doing our last in-house closing out on this Wednesday at 6:30. It's Wednesday at 6:30. Okay. And so I'm excited about that. And yeah, so we're not doing the Bible study on Monday. I'm glad you mentioned that. So we're not doing that. All right, guys, ladies, I am getting off of here. Y'all know, as I always say, I love you. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. But most importantly, I believe in your action. So you got to get out there and do it, guys. And it's your life. You got to live it. Can't nobody else live it for you. But it takes action for you to have that life that God has purposed for you to have. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. And I'm getting ready to get off of here. And yeah, let me see. All right. All of you guys, I love y'all. And I'm going to be posting this week. So y'all look out. So make sure that if you have not subscribed to I Am Ruth on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on YouTube because that's where I, post during the week. Okay. So do that. I love you guys. I love you. Believe in you. Believe in your dreams. Most importantly, I believe in your action. So do your homework. I promise you it will bless you. It's going to take some time. Don't try to do it all in one day or one evening. Take your time. Think about it. If it takes you all week to get it done, it's okay. Get it done. Okay? All right, guys. Love y'all. And I'll see you later on this week.